Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. I am a little bit sick, so if my voice sounds a little weird, that is why. So I am doing a family dinner fancy look, and I'm using the Chamois Nude out of my Coastal Scents palette, and I will link that down in the description below. And I am just using my Sonia Kashuk brush like I usually do and putting that in my crease. I already have my eyes primed. And then once I have that taken care of, I'm going to be taking two different Morphe brushes, but just one Morphe brush to start off with. I will link that in the description below as well. And I'm going to be using a shade out of the Morphe Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette. So I'm going to just be using this orange shade. It's like a weird orange shade up at the top corner. I'm going to be putting that in my crease, and I am using this brush because I wanted it to be closer to the bottom of my crease. I wanted a more defined crease. I didn't want it to be blended out a whole lot up in the top, so I wanted it to stay closer to the bottom. So as you can see, just going back and forth with that like I usually do. Just going to keep blending it out. And then I will grab my MB23 brush and of course buff that out, but I'm not going to take it high into my crease, just going to work that into the lower part. Again, on the other eye, same exact thing. And the reason that I'm calling this a family dinner look is because I don't personally celebrate Thanksgiving. To those of you that out there that celebrate it, that is awesome, but me personally, I don't. So I just put this down as a family dinner, like a family gathering type thing. So now I'm going to be taking a different Morphe brush, and I'm going to be dipping that into that Jaclyn Hill palette into a darker brown color, and I'm putting that over the orange. And I'm just going to transition those into each other. And yes, I know I sound pretty sick. I've been sick for the past week, and then the week before that I was sick with other issues. So I have just been having the time of my life, and now my husband got sick today. So it's just been a fun ball of sick people and sickness and feeling miserable. So that is why I haven't put out a video in a while. But anyways, back to what I was doing. Again, just buffing that out. I wanted to make sure that that brown and that orange meshed pretty well together. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the brown shade from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette, and I'm going to grab a flat brush and put that onto just my eyelid alone. This is kind of a brownish gold shade, and again I'm just putting that all over my eyelid, and then just kind of making sure that the crease blends pretty well, just making sure that there's no harsh lines at all. So then I'm going to grab my Too Faced glitter glue and put small little dots onto my eyelid. I'm going to grab the same flat brush, and I'm going to grab a darker burgundy brown shade, and I'm going to, first off, with the opposite side that didn't have any product on it, I'm going to buff all that glitter glue into my eyelid, and then you can see I slightly flipped the brush so that I put that shade on there. So once I have that taken care of, I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. Again with the lighter brown shade, and then I'm going to put the glitter glue on. And you don't have to use glitter glue for this. I just feel like it helped keep that on there much better. And it just kind of darkened it up a little bit, which is what I wanted. I wanted it to look dark underneath where I'm going to put the glitter, because the glitter is a bright gold. And I didn't want a bright crazy gold. I wanted a little hue of darkness underneath that so that it kind of shone through, so that you can see for sure that it's a darker gold color. I don't know if that makes any sense. So just buffing out my crease like usual. Again, no harsh lines wanted. Now I'm going to grab the glitter glue and do the same exact thing I'm going to use the side of the brush that has no product, and I'm going to buff that on there. And then I'm going to grab my NYX Face and Body Glitter, and I'm using the shade Gold, and I'm going to put that onto my eyelid. You can see I'm just dabbing that on there. I don't want to go extreme with it. I just want some shimmer. I want this to be kind of a party, really pretty glittery gold look. And if I would have just put the glitter on, like I was saying earlier, it would have been a lot lighter and it wouldn't have blended in as well with the crease like I have. It would have just been like a super bright gold, and like I was saying, did not want that. And I will grab my brush that I was using for my crease, and I will blend that in to make it look a little bit better. Using my MB23 to kind of brush off the harsh lines. And then I'm going to turn off the recording, and I have my eyeliner on. Now I'm going to use the Nivea Men Aftershave Gel, and I'm putting this on my face. I have used this before and I do love it. It makes your foundation stick on super well. It's awesome to be used as a primer. It smells good. It's good for sensitive skin. It never dries up my face, and especially since it's almost December, especially here in Colorado, it gets super, super dry. So then I'm going to grab my NYX HD Photogenic Foundation. I think I am HDF 102, soft beige, and then I'm going to put that on the back of my hand, and then grab my Morphe flat kabuki brush, and I'm going to dip that in there and then start putting that all over my face. I feel like it's been a while since I put foundation on in a video, because every time that I've started a video lately I've had foundation on. It's just usually easier for me to have the foundation on and then set it with my setting powder, and then that way if I have any fallout on underneath my eyes or anything, I can just wipe it away, which is super easy. But since I was using glitter, I did not want it to get everywhere all over my foundation that I had just laid. Even though it would have been maybe a little bit easier to wipe off, I just felt like it would just be much more difficult. So I'm just putting a small dab onto my forehead. It was just easier than using some of the product off the back of my hand. And I'm just tapping that in, dabbing it into my skin, fixing any areas that need to be fixed. And then I will grab my other Morphe brush with my Sephora setting powder, which unfortunately I'm going to have to get some new powder. So I would like, if you watch this, maybe some suggestions in the comments of what kind of setting powder you use that's kind of inexpensive that still works really well. Because I got this Sephora setting powder for a pretty good deal, and I know that there's fancier ones like the Laura Mercier and like Makeup Forever and stuff like that, but that's still a little bit too expensive for what I want. So maybe if you have some ideas of even drugstore setting powders that work great. So now I am going to grab a flat definer brush. I'm grabbing a shade off of my Coastal Scents palette, and I will link that in the description below because I cannot for the life of me remember what that's called right now. And I'm just putting that on my under eye, my waterline. And I'm not going to buff that out. I liked the way that looked. I'm just going to keep it how it is, kind of tight to my waterline. It's a little bit buffed, but not too crazy. It's just how I want it to be. You can do whatever you want. That's what's great, is that makeup is up to interpretation. I'm just here to kind of give you an idea of what to do if you want to create a look with glitter. So then I'm using, of course, my Asthetica Cosmetics Contour Kit in that dark brown shade. I will never know for the life of me what that shade is called, but I am using that dark shade and, of course, just slightly contouring my cheekbones. I will put some on the temples on my forehead, and then I will bring it around on my jawline. Now I'm going to grab the Becca Jaclyn Hill collaboration, and I'm using Amaretto and Pamplemousse with just a brush that I got from a Amazon brush kit a long time ago. And then I'm going back over that with that Morphe brush because sometimes my blush can be too elaborate and I don't want that. And I have been doing a new thing lately. I did it in my last video. I have been using some setting spray on one of my brushes that I use for my highlighter. And it just makes it a little bit more liquidy and shows up a little bit better, making it an even crazier glow. So I put that in the Prosecco Pop. And now I am just grabbing a brush and using Prosecco Pop and Champagne Pop for the inner corner of my eyes. Now that I have that where I want it, I am going to go ahead and put on my lashes. I decided, well, I'm going to, of course, coat them with mascara, the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. And then I decided to turn off the camera to put on my lashes. It's just, if you want a video of me putting on lashes, I will definitely do that. It's just kind of time consuming and I didn't want this video to be long. I wasn't sure how long this video would take. To be honest, I was kind of rushing through it, wasn't really feeling good. So I do apologize if it does seem rushed. But if you do want an in-depth how I put lashes on or how I do my brows, just let me know. So now I have my lashes on and I am moving on to lips. And I am using a shade by NYX in their Soft Lip Cream. I cannot for the life of me remember it right this second, but I will link it in the description below like I always do. And I love this shade. It is very pretty. And I am just putting that all over my lips as usual. And then I am going to add a different lip combination to this. I'm actually going to grab Buttercream from Gerard Cosmetics lip gloss, and I'm going to top that on top of this, and this just made kind of a nice pinkier, rosier, glossy look, which is what I wanted to go for. I didn't want it to be exactly matte. I wanted it to have a little bit of gloss, and I do like the way this turned out. Turned out to be very pretty. So once I have my lips taken care of, that will be the end of this tutorial. I did do my brows off the camera. You will see them in the next shot. So anyways, that does it for this video. I hope that y'all enjoyed. Stay beautiful like always. Thank you so much for watching Country Glamour. Have a wonderful day. Bye.